Hey Leute, wir sind in GreedFall ja immer noch auf den Spuren von Konstantin, der sich hier irgendwie nach einer kleineren Genesungsphase aufgemacht hat, um, keine Ahnung, was zu machen. Wir folgen den Kampfspuren. Offensichtlich hat es ja hier irgendwo einen Kampf gegeben. Aber wir wissen nicht genau, wer hier gegen was gekämpft hat. Also es sind Soldaten umgekommen und es sind Tiere umgekommen. Und ich hatte ja den Verdacht, dass hier irgendjemand Tiere zähmt oder mitnimmt als Kampfmaschinen oder so irgendwie was. Also ganz seltsam. Die Inquisitoren, die hatten ja hier auch mal...
It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only corpses of our own men. Where could these other soldiers have come from?
Genau, das ist alles sehr seltsam.
More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them?
Genau, Sprengstoff hatten wir ja da unten auch schon gefunden. War ja alles ziemlich dubios.
Only a handful made it up here.
Aber den Konstantin haben wir ja noch nicht gefunden. Der scheint ja hier irgendwie nicht da drin verwickelt worden zu sein. Oder was ist denn das hier? Professor Seraphedins Arbeitsnotizen. Ach so, da finden wir ja immer irgendwas zwischendurch. Die Eingeborenen haben uns von einer riesigen Kreatur erzählt, die über die Höhen herrschte. Aha, und eine Statue haben sie davon gefunden. Okay. Ich war in der Zwischenzeit wieder mal unterwegs und zwar habe ich den Arena-Kampf hier abgeschlossen.
And despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Konstantin or Katasak.
Genau, der Petrus wollte ja, dass wir hier so einen Kampf bestehen, um die Kardinalin aus der Reserve zu locken. Habe ich jetzt auch gemacht. Das hat gut Level gebracht. Ich glaube, ich habe 2 Level dafür gekriegt. Und war auch gar nicht so schwer.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. But what could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge be in some way linked to this attack? That makes no sense.
Also da unten haben wir ja irgendwie Häuser gesehen. Also das ist vielleicht dann hier der Außenposten, von dem jetzt da was stand.
These vials look familiar. Katasak used the very same to stock his potions. He came all the way here. I'm going to pick them up.
Gut, die nehmen wir mal mit.
I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Konstantin. What have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things up. Konstantin and Katasak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Katasak.
Unless he himself was behind it. He is a powerful Donegad. The beasts obey him.
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your cousin.
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Konstantin captive, he can now apply leverage to the colonists and force them to accept his conditions. But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. Regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. Perhaps we could return to Wenxavier in order to learn more. Katasak may have returned there. His Voglendeig might be able to tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers participated in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories to tell us.
That trail seems a better one to follow. Katasach is a good man, but the soldiers and the lions have already betrayed you.
That is true, but I do not see how they could have made these animals obey them. However, one way or another, Konstantin is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Okay, also hier kommen wir offensichtlich nicht weiter. Ich dachte, wir könnten jetzt da runter in dieses Dorf. Stellung der Außenposten der Allianz an. Okay, das wäre dann wahrscheinlich hier unten. Aber da kann man so nicht hin. Keine Ahnung, wie man da hinkommt. Ist das ein Reisepunkt, dass man hier... Kann man da hinreisen? Ich kann ja jetzt hier auf dem Weg zurück zum Lagerfeuer mal hier oben lang laufen. Vielleicht kommt man da irgendwie runter. Aber das sagt sich so einfach. Ich verlaufe mich ja wieder. So, okay. Jetzt gehen wir erstmal zurück, weil hier können wir ja, glaube ich, nichts weiter tun. Nee, hier kommt man nicht weiter. Es ist alles dubios. Also ich glaube ja nicht, dass die Eingeborenen da dahinter stecken. Weil wieso hätte der Kasach da den Konstantin entführen sollen oder was auch immer? Weil der hatte ja doch ganz großen Einfluss auch schon, wie sie noch in Neuseren waren. Komme ich doch da irgendwie runter, oder? Ah ja, okay, gut. Dann können wir da mal vorbeigucken. Ach, wieder Tiere. Ich bin jetzt gerade im Moment dabei, mal meine Ausdauer etwas aufzuleveln, nachdem ich nicht mehr weiß, was ich leveln soll.
No magic left. Drink a potion.
Hier von Menschen loot ich immer. Die haben immer Geld dabei. Das kann man immer ganz gut brauchen. So. Dann schauen wir uns das Dorf mal an. Ach, und da unten haben wir noch ein Lagerfeuer. Man kriegt übrigens jetzt hier an jedem Lagerfeuer offensichtlich einen Hinweis zum DLC. GreedFall 2 ist ja auch schon angekündigt worden. Da habe ich mir mal einen Trailer angeguckt. Sieht auch recht cool aus. Ich meine, dieses Spiel hier finde ich jetzt auch nicht so schlecht. Allerdings dieses Rumgelaufe ist halt schon irgendwie... Zieht das Ganze halt doch irgendwie unnötig in die Länge. Bin ich jetzt überhaupt noch richtig? Ja. Hallo? Keiner zu Hause? Ach doch, da steht einer.
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I owe the honor?
Deshalb. I am legate of the Congregation of Merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sorts around here. Captain Idris. I am the ranking officer in charge of this Bridge Alliance outpost. What can I do for you, milady?
I am looking for Konstantin d'Orsay, the island governor of the Congregation of Merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rattle?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive, wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? I hope this is a joke. We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the cliff top?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me?
Gold anbieten. Drauf bestehen. Ach, keine Ahnung.
I'm
Sprech nochmal.
convinced that you are hiding something from me, Captain. I will return.
And my answers will not change. Anything else?
Ja gut, dann fragen wir nochmal nach.
I know you haven't told me everything about the attack that took place on the cliff top.
Ja, es funktioniert ja nicht immer. Wenn ich jetzt darauf bestehe und er nichts sagt, dann kann es auch sein, dass hier das Gold nichts mehr nützt, weil der mich angreift oder so. Hatte ich gerade schon mal bei einer Nebenmission. War dann etwas doof, weil ich dann alle hier besiegen musste, beziehungsweise töten. Das will ich jetzt hier eigentlich nicht. Ich biete ihm mal Gold an.
I can see how difficult your present situation has become. I'm certain you haven't been paid either for quite some time. I cannot solve all of your problems. But what would you say if I took care of that one at least?
A little gold would certainly improve the morale of my men. One of the men I'd posted there returned during the night.
A survivor. Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but there is little hope that he will come back to himself. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I am sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help the poor boy. I can't take it anymore. To lose another man. Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
Ja, irgendwie sind die hier am Arsch der Welt gelandet mit ihrem Außenposten. Wir sammeln mal Zeug. Eine Gruppe Verbrecher töten. Na, das werden wir ja wohl schaffen. Vermisster Speer. Okay, ich sammle das einfach mal ein. Keine Ahnung, ob wir da irgendwie drüber stolpern. Vielleicht gibt es da noch ein paar Belohnungen. Aber aktiv danach suchen tue ich jetzt nicht. Wir gehen jetzt mal diesen verletzten Soldaten aufsuchen.
What are you doing there? This is an infirmary.
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
Yes, at least I think so. It's a known potion that heals burns.
I see. Give me the recipe, We'll go and see that it's prepared for you.
Thank you. Because of you, this poor boy might be able to survive his wounds.
Trank gegen Verbrennungen. Okay, gut. Dann gucken wir mal, ob wir den brauen können. Da draußen war ja irgendwie eine Werkbank, oder? Wo war denn die? Da war doch gerade eine. Da vorne. Vielleicht haben wir ja die Zutaten. Ich habe ja so viel gesammelt. So, und jetzt gucken wir aber mal unter Questgegenstände. Genau. Oh, wir brauchen bloß Tollkirschen. Oh, dann brauchen wir mal 3 Stück. Man weiß ja nie, wofür man es braucht. So, gehen wir mal hier zurück. Vielleicht kriegen wir den ja wieder so weit hin, dass er uns was erzählen kann. Das wäre natürlich nice. So. Kann ich dir den geben? Nee.
Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll know more then.
Very well. I'll come back tomorrow.
See you soon. And thank you again for your help.
Das, müssen wir hier 23 Stunden fahren. Also das ist auch irgendwie ganz komisch. Gibt es hier in der Nähe noch was ich angucken kann? Da waren noch ein paar Fragezeichen. Obwohl, das waren die wohl alle. Okay. Gut, dann traben wir mal zum Lagerfeuer zurück. Und schlafen mal eine Weile. Wo ist denn hier das Lagerfeuer? Das lag auf dem Weg, okay. Das hatte ich jetzt in den Nebenmissionen, die ich da zwischendurch gemacht habe, auch schon ein paar Mal. Dass ich da einfach warten musste. Also ich meine, und dann hatte ich eins, da habe ich gewartet und dann einfach noch zwischendurch was gemacht und dann hieß es, ja, jetzt ist der Zeitpunkt vorbei und ich habe das jetzt verpasst. Also, ich habe keine Ahnung. Schon irgendwie seltsam. Naja, egal. So, wir schlafen. Abenddämmerung. Achso, nee, jetzt ist Nacht. Nee, jetzt ist Mittag. Noch 6 Stunden. Sprich mit Petrus. Wieso das jetzt plötzlich? Noch 6 Stunden. Stunden. Ah, ich schlafe einfach mal 14 Stunden. So. Okay, der hat sich jetzt erholt. Gehen wir jetzt hier nochmal zurück. Also ich meine, die Story ist ja ziemlich schon irgendwie spannend, aber wird halt durch solche Aktionen immer so in die Länge gezogen, dass man dann irgendwann die Lust verliert. Also ich nehme ja nicht jeden Tag auf, deswegen ist es okay. Aber wenn ich da mal so am Stück 4-5 Stunden spielen würde, ich glaube, das wäre mir dann schon irgendwie nervig. Okay, wir reden jetzt mit ihm.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who saved me? The nurse told me.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Nothing more. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming in our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Konstantin Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes. It's best I leave you now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
Ach so, ich hätte jetzt den Aiden da bevor... Das habe ich jetzt wieder vermurkst. Ach so, hätte ich den einen oder den anderen bevor... Ja, egal. Da hinten liegt noch was. Das könnte ich doch auch mal aufheben. Das sieht mir hier interessant aus. Tagebuch von Hauptmann Idris. Unsere Situation hier wird immer prekärer. Von der kleinen Gruppe, die ich ausgeschickt habe, um die Anhöhen zu beobachten, ist nur ein Soldat zurückgekehrt. Ja, das haben wir schon festgestellt. Ich weiß nicht genau, was dort passiert ist. Okay, der will sich aber nicht mehr einmischen. Ja, der scheint ziemlich verzweifelt zu sein hier. Der kriegt überhaupt keine Vorräte und nichts mehr. Anscheinend haben sie den da gut vergessen hier am Ende der Welt.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you. You can't imagine what this means to us.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave me.
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. I was able to question your man, and he told me what he saw. He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they went to investigate. My cousin's escort were nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all sides. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that took my cousin.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they'd be behind all of this. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect hostage. I'm sorry. I would give you some men, but...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there, I will free him.
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good woman, Excellency. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
So, dann laufen wir mal wieder zum Lagerfeuer zurück und wir müssen... Wohin? Da oben hin. Ja gut, dann reisen wir da mal so die halbe Strecke. Das wird alles irgendwie dubioser. Waren die wilden Tiere jetzt nur zur Verteidigung, die da beschworen worden sind? Und wenn ja, gegen wen? So, wo müssen wir denn jetzt hin? Hier zurück und dann dahin. Gut. Also so ganz zusammenreimen kann ich mir das hier nicht. Ich laufe hier jetzt vorbei. Bam, bam, bam. Ich hoffe, wir sind noch richtig. Waren wir hier schon mal? Wir waren doch hier schon mal drin, oder? Also jedenfalls waren wir in so einer komischen Ruine schon mal.
Hello.
Renaigse, there you are again. What do you want?
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield.
You dare come here and accuse us of taking him? Let me throw him out this Renaigse and his ilk therein. May they receive this punishment for their arrogance.
I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katasak, one of your greatest Donegad.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasach had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him, to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there, and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
Ja, das ist jetzt schon komisch, wenn keiner der Eingeborenen die angreifen würde. Und trotzdem hat irgendwie ein Magier da seine Finger im Spiel und hat diese Tiere auf die Expedition gehetzt. Seltsam. Naja, wir werden dieses Rätsel schon lösen. Achso, wir sollen ja hier... Okay, ups. Da liegt der...
Katasak. Seeing the state of his
Oh
body,
Gott,
I
wie sieht
hate
der denn
myself
aus?
for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty. And even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell.
Also der sieht auch so aus, als wäre er von wilden Tieren irgendwie zerfetzt worden.
Afra would
Intuition.
know how to get information from this body.
Oh,
I'll
Verfügung.
need to go and find her. Afra would know how to get information from this body. I'll need to go and find her.
Okay, wir müssen die Afra holen. Haben wir hier irgendwo einen Reisepunkt? Nee, wir müssen da wieder zurück. Komme ich hier raus? Nee, oder? Hä? Oh mein Gott. Wo muss ich hin? Wenn ich das gewusst hätte, hätte ich sie gleich mitgenommen. So, da muss ich hier vor und dann... Wieder darum. Jetzt wieder falsch. Blaue wilde Tiere. Ich will immer noch nichts von euch. So. Dann holen wir uns mal die Afra. Wieso ist die jetzt hier nicht mit dabei? Ach da, schon blind. So, dann lassen wir den Vasco mal da. Genau. Weil die Siora hätte ich halt doch immer schon ganz gerne mit dabei, hier bei den Eingeborenen. Ich kann ab und zu ein gutes Wort einlegen. Also bald kenne ich den Weg. So, dann laufen wir wieder zurück. Also die Feuereffekte hier auf den beiden Händen finde ich schon ziemlich cool gemacht. Ich weiß nicht, irgendwer hat mir auch mal gesagt, er wäre mit den Zaubern überhaupt nicht zurechtgekommen und hätte sich dann hier irgendwie einen Nahkämpfer zusammengebastelt. Wo ist sie denn hin? Ich bin schon wieder irgendwie... Da vorne ist irgendwas. Angefangener Brief eines jungen Spähers. Sollte ich den Späher nicht finden? Hatte ich da nicht den Auftrag? Ich wurde Späher im Außenposten eingesetzt. Das Leben ist manchmal hart. Ja. Mr. Späher. Habe ich Goldmünzen bekommen. Cool. Wir haben einen Auftrag erledigt, so zwischen Tür und Angel. So. Wenn ich mich jetzt nicht wieder irgendwie verlaufen hätte. Dann wären wir auch schon weiter in diesem Spiel. Hier geht's rein. Komme ich hier durch? Wahrscheinlich wieder nicht, oder? Doch.
Here is the body of Katasak. Could you examine it and tell us what you make of his wounds?
Of course. This won't be the first time I've examined a corpse. We note a great number of large, blunt force contusions, covering the entire surface of the victim's body. None of the wounds could be attributed to a blade or a spear, nor are there any visible bullet entry points. Practically every bone has been broken in multiple places. The rib cage was torn open and then collapsed. The open wound reveals multiple perforations of the vital organs. Here, the borders of the wounds have been singed. The flesh is blackened, exposed to a flame, no doubt. And we also note several patches of mineral residue. They seem oddly out of place in spite of the exotic insular origin of our deceased. I would be hard-pressed to tell you which of the wounds proved to be the fatal blow, but one thing is certain.
He was smashed violently by a giant rock. that was without a doubt on fire.
Yes. These wounds are similar to those given by a heated cannon shot, though in a less regular fashion.
The dead soldiers we found had identical wounds. As crazy as this may sound, whoever is responsible for this attack is capable of wielding molten rock.
In any other circumstance, your conclusion would qualify you for an asylum. But I stand on the side of the improbable. The natives' powers reside outside the body of knowledge we possess.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katasach, the power to call volcano fires, could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned? Or angered by what happened to Katasach?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair? What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kedachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
Die ist ja nicht gut auf uns zu sprechen hier, die Tiana. Die hat uns ja schon mal in die Falle gelockt. Wo müssen wir denn hin? Okay, da können wir schnell Reisepunkt verwenden, wenn wir hier rauskämen.
I can't do that.
Okay. Dann gehen wir halt hier wieder außen rum irgendwie. Habe ich irgendwelche Fähigkeiten, die ich hier mal nützlich einsetzen kann? Bin ich schon wieder verlaufen, oder? Ja, natürlich. Bin wieder völlig zu weit gelaufen. Jetzt komme ich hier wieder nicht durch. Oh Mann, was ist das hier? Hallo, geht mal aus dem Weg. Gut, hier komme ich aber raus. So. Aber vielleicht kann die Siora dann hier noch ein bisschen was erreichen. Ich sehe nix. Aber ich bin ja eigentlich ständig nur dabei, irgendwelche Leute zu bequatschen, damit die tun, was ich will. Also... Kann ich denen nicht irgendwie Geschenke machen oder so? Also, wo muss ich hin? Wo muss ich hin? Wo muss ich hin? Wälder der Ältesten. Waren wir da schon mal? Sieht so aus, ja. Ach, soll mit Petrus sprechen. Ich spreche mal mit Petrus. War doch auch irgendwas.
I'm happy you came to find me. Allow me to apologize once again. I should have spoken to you sooner, told you what I knew, and not betrayed your trust.
Indeed, you should have.
As I said, I'd like to make up for it and help you find your family again.
How do you intend to do that?
As you now know, I knew your mother. We had trouble communicating at first, of course, but we gradually learned to understand one another. She was important in her village. Based on what I know today, I think she was a Donegad. She told me her name, Arelwyn, and told me about her family. She even gave me a pendant for you. You were only a child, so I gave it to Mrs. de Sade for safekeeping.
She gave me a necklace when I went to say goodbye to her. She said it was a family heirloom. Did my mother tell you the name of her village?
No. But I'm sure the Norts can help us. They were the ones who took your mother to the continent.
It was such a long time ago. How can I find out if they remember?
The Norts record everything down to the gentlest breeze. They must have written something in a logbook somewhere. So, do you want to try and find out where you come from? Do you want to find your relatives?
Ja, natürlich, aber soll ich das jetzt machen? Ich bin ja eigentlich dabei, den Konstantin zu finden, aber meine Familie wäre natürlich auch cool, wenn ich die finden würde. Schwierig. Nee, jetzt gehen wir erstmal einen Schritt noch weiter.
It's all so new to me.
I understand. Come back and see me when you're ready.
I will see you later, Father.
Take care, my child.
Weiß dann der Vasco vielleicht irgendwas von den Aufzeichnungen? Kann ich mal fragen.
My Tempest. Can I do anything for you?
Nee,
I must leave you.
gut, der weiß nichts. Okay, dann gehen wir mal ein bisschen weiter.
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe, why have you come here again?
I've come to ask for your help.
My help? You still seek the remedy for the sickness on your island? Or are you looking for something else?
My cousin has been taken, and I've been told that you could help me.
Truly? And in what way?
By performing the Anatalis fair on the body of Katasak the Donegad.
Katasak is dead. Under Voshtire. This is a great tragedy. He was a good man. Perhaps the best of us all. How did this happen?
He went with my cousin to a sacred site when they were attacked. My cousin has disappeared. Taken, according to a witness. And Katasak suffered terrible wounds. We examined him, and it seemed as if he had been struck by molten rock.
Fire of the earth? only the Nadaig Manemen have the power to wield it. But none of our own would have attacked Katasach.
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find who's responsible.
And you will avenge the dead as you have avenged my wound in the past. Very well, Renoigsi. I will help you. And I also wish to gain understanding. Our island wails in suffering. Many Sinol Menawi have died. The Anatalas Fair may kill me, but at least I will know. You will need to act as my Voglendaig, and bring to me the necessary ingredients while I prepare.
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember, or write in your language what I shall tell you. Do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of those who fell. As for the personal object of Katasach, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his despair.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body. I'll search the battlefield.
Where can I find him?
In Doren's camp. She recovered him after the battle.
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. You'll find me there when you have united all that I need. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon is high.
Mit dir sie alleine geht. Ja, ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich das ganze Zeug dabei habe. Ich lasse erstmal alleine gehen und sammle mal
I'll go and get the ingredients
die
you require,
Zutaten, genau.
and I'll find you there when the moment has come.
Safe travels.
Safe Travels, jupp. Okay. Gut, da brauche ich dann wohl einige Zutaten. Eingeweide eines Aasfressers. Angriffswort. Okay. Das machen wir in der nächsten Folge. Wir sammeln da Zutaten und gucken mal, wie dieses Ritual ausgeht. Und ich bin natürlich auch gespannt, wie das hier mit der Familie aussieht, ob wir die finden. Vielleicht mache ich das dann noch vorher, dass ich da auch mal ein paar neue Infos bekomme. Ja, würde mich freuen, wenn ihr in der nächsten Folge auch wieder mit reinschaut. Bis dahin, macht's gut und ciao, ciao.